Oh, am I in? I think I'm in. I I know why superhero movies are failing. Uh, let's talk about it. If your stakes are that the villain wiped out half the universe, how do you get bigger than that when you go into these smaller universe movies? Well, the answer is you don't. I know, it's crazy. The answer is you don't. You don't at all. What you actually do is you go smaller, and smaller means bigger. That's probably really confusing. Come on over here. Now, when I say, oh, sorry. When I say smaller is bigger, what I actually mean is the stakes of the movie that you're making have to be bigger around something smaller. And a good example is something that surprised the heck out of me, and it was Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay. It inspired me to create Counter-Us.
I don't care.
I didn't want to see the movie, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen every single Marvel movie up to this point. Ever since Endgame, every movie's been trying to have bigger and bigger stakes. It's why they introduced the multiverse. They thought, how do we go bigger than Endgame? And they actually got it wrong. If you're still with me, come on over here. The stakes have to be a lot more personal. That's what they're missing. That's the smaller to go bigger. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is all about saving Rocket.
We're here to save the life of our friend. That is all.
There's no beam in the sky. There's no universe-ending thing. There's no planet that needs saving. No, it's just a friend. A best friend who needs saving. And that is all you need. That's it. Take everything that you want to do in a Marvel movie or a superhero movie or a DC movie and turn it into something extremely personal. Save my mom, save my friend, save my family, and make that the core of your movie. And you've just got something bigger than Endgame, but smaller than Endgame. You understand what I'm saying? If you can make a movie more personal, you can make a movie better. What I didn't talk about was the movie that nailed it to perfection. And it's a movie that was even good in spite of the fact that it didn't really have an ending. That's not a place to sit it. 1 second. That movie was Across the Spider-Verse.
Miles, mira, eso es imposible.
That movie didn't have an ending, and it was incredibly good. Do you know why it was incredibly good? It's because the stakes of that movie were set within a multiverse, which makes it bigger than Endgame, but it wasn't about that. It was about trying to save someone you love. That's it. When we take all these huge things that we do and simplify them to the core, they work, and they've always worked, because we're simple people. We all want love. We all want happiness. We all want success. You don't need to make the movie about some globe-spanning, explosion-inducing, massive chase to find a MacGuffin, because the MacGuffin isn't what matters. It's the people searching for the MacGuffin. And as soon as we can realize that the end game isn't the end-all, be-all, but it's the journey to get there and the people we take with us along the way, then the sooner we're good at it. I mean, hell, every single study shows that people who live happy, long, and fulfilled lives aren't the rich or the famous. They're the people who have the best relationships. So next time you decide to make a film, or if you're a writer who happens to see this, which would be amazing if you were, because I'm just a little guy making YouTube videos, understand that in order to go bigger, you gotta go smaller. Make everything more personal and you'll have an amazing movie. Phil Lord and Chris Miller said, I don't believe it's superhero super fatigue. It's a movie that feels like a movie I've seen a dozen times before fatigue. If you're using the same story structure and the same style and the same tone, the same vibe as movies and shows that have come before, it doesn't matter what genre it is, it's going to be boring to people. And the audience in the theater cannot be sustained on Easter eggs and reveals, or even these big crazy multiverse stakes. They only care about, like, the relationship between Rocket Raccoon and Groot. That, my friends, is it. Focus on the relationship. How do you feel about the person across from you? And if we can translate that into a movie, then by God, you've made gold.
There's gold in them dire hills.
Come on, folks. Subscribe to this channel, watch some videos, and listen about my opinions. I don't believe they matter. Ooh. But someone out there might. So instead of me stopping myself, I'll let you guys do it. Subscribe if you want. If you don't subscribe. I don't know. Filthy animals.